So, Discovery House is responsible for recovery, it's a men's recovery addiction homes where we bring men into early treatment and continue care. We offer three different homes where guys can come and heal and work on themselves to get back to their families. So the reason we started with do-gooders was actually when I transitioned into the executive director role. It was a big gap that we needed filled from our old executive director who passed unfortunately with cancer. And there was a suggestion from a good friend from Purple. Had mentioned do-gooders, and then we know we needed some help with some grant writing. As I was just new to that role and didn't have any experience in grant writing. And yeah, it's been a beautiful relationship now. It's been just over about 2.5 years now that we've worked together. And yeah, we couldn't be happier. It's such a relief for someone in my position to be able to focus a lot more on the other things that an executive director has to do, which is the list goes on and on and on, and not have that stress of doing everything for a grant. Obviously, we work together as a team, but to be able to have that released from us is absolutely been massive for Discovery House. The biggest challenge was we were in a situation where we weren't sure. We had some guaranteed grants, but we were in a situation where we know we needed to expand because our wait list was getting bigger and bigger, and to be able to do that, we need to go after grants as a nonprofit. And so being able to have that opportunity to team up with a group as great as Do-Gooders, it's been just a blessing for our organization, and I highly recommend them to everybody that I deal with and that I talk to in our area, because I know other people in my position as an executive director. It's uh, it's a lot of work. There's a lot of fundraising and a lot of other stuff that goes on. So to be able to have an organization that has helped out with grants, not only grants, we've been really fortunate that they've really stepped up and taken care of our social media for us over the last year, which has raised the engagement massively. They do a bunch of postcards, and the creative team does a bunch of stuff for us. Like, just to be able to hire that out and to get it done professionally and with I guess integrity would be the best way to say it, is has been a blessing for us. Absolutely. It was crazy because the first contract that we had, the first grant that we wrote with them was a 3-year deal with Canadian Mental Health and Addictions, and it was a massive grant worth $1.8 million. And it was a long grant, and that was actually the first one that we worked on together. And it's actually changed our organization. We had some funding with them before, but to be able to expand the funding, we went from 5 beds to 11, and them helping us write that grant really put us in a position financially where we can actually expand our services. And a big part of that was to have that help and to be able to work as a team with the do-gooders team and ourselves to put that together. And then the list just goes on and on and on. To be honest with you, in 2.5 years, we've written up to 8 to 10 a year,
Yeah.
and there's only been three we haven't received. And
Yeah.
that's a massive number. If you look at that, right? You're looking at 20 grants, and there's only three that we didn't receive out of 20. That's some percentages I think a lot of organizations would love to bat at. So for us, we know that that continued relationship is going to be huge because it's helped us out so much. Yeah, that's it's been fantastic. It just starts with an initial meeting. We talk about what the program's going to be, and then the grant writer goes and does the work, sends it back for us to add our little touches, and then it's just that being able to work back and forth and use technology the way we've been using it, to be able to get things done efficiently. We've never once missed a deadline, which is massive. I mean, there's a lot of work that goes on in the nonprofit world, and to be able to stay on task and to not miss any deadlines is a massive thing for us. Absolutely, I would recommend do-getters, and I do because I know for myself in the last 2 years as jumping into this role as executive director, it has helped immensely. That a huge burden off busy executive directors and busy other support, that takes away that we can really just focus on the job, and our job here is to help men recover from alcohol and drugs, and to not spend all that time on grants has been it's just been fantastic. And like I said, it's not just grants. Our social media has gone through the roof. There's a lot of other creative stuff that gets done when we have events. We just finished one of the biggest events that we've held with their Chopper of Hope, and do-gooders did a really good job of making sure that all their posters looked great, all their marketing was in touch, and or email marketing. So yeah, I can't say enough good things, and I'll recommend them to anybody anytime.